I just found out that my terrible dad who has neglected me isn't my biological father. So when I called him by his first name, he realized that he had lost me. Then I asked her why I was left with people who abused me physically, mentally, and emotionally while they went on trips and vacations. She was shocked to hear about the physical abuse and asked me about it. I told my mom that I never said anything at the time because I was afraid of Richard's family members. My grandparents would scold me loudly and hit me when I was younger. My aunt never spoke to me unless she needed a favor, only to then go back to ignoring me and told me to stay in the guest room. When I was 14, my father took the family on a 2-day trip to Croatia. He left me with his older brother. He asked me to go to the store to buy some stuff. And of course, I said yes. When I came, he opened the door, took the bags, and locked me out of the house. I sat there crying until they had all finished with their dinner, and then he let me in. She cried the whole time while I told her everything. She told me how sorry she was. She knew they didn't like me, but this was just hate. After the conversation, she asked if I was going to move out and where. I told her I was planning on it and that I would not tell her because I didn't want them to know where I would be staying. She started to cry again. And again. It hurt to see her cry. The conversation was long and lasted for several hours, but these are just the main points. After that, I went to my room to clear my head and think. About an hour later, someone knocked at my door. It was Richard. It was the first time since I can remember he ever entered my bedroom. He looked around for a bit. He looked shelf where I kept all of the awards and trophies from school and sports. He was both surprised and sad when he saw the medals. From when I did track and field and played football. He stopped when he saw the small man of the match award and picked it up. He held it for a while and started to tear up. He put it back and sat down on the bed. Neither of us said anything for a while. I asked if Mom had told him what we had talked about. He was still tearing up and slightly nodded his head. I asked him if he was aware of how I saw him, and he nodded again and whispered yes. So you know the extent of what our parents and siblings have put me through. He looked me in the eye and asked if it was true. I said yes, and he just started full on crying. After a while, he stood up and hugged me. This was the first time he had ever hugged me and cried in front of me before. I just hugged him back and started to cry. He didn't want to let go, and he said how he was sorry for the pain he put me through, for the years of neglect, for treating me like an outsider, and he begged me not to move out. When he finally let go, he asked to be given a chance. I told him that maybe with time I could forgive him and Mom, but they had to earn it. But I won't forgive his family, for the things they had done. He was hurt by it but accepted it. For now, I am not moving out.